and racing is a day of happiness. Welcome back to SLR. This is the F2 division in Season 7 of SLR. I am your host, Vision. I'm here with the main man, YOLO. Obviously, we gotta give him some props. How are we doing today, YOLO?
I think we're good. We are having a good day, good evening. So we're ready for a good round of F2 racing. I think this night here.
Right, so, for those that need reminding, the leaderboards currently stand as Crispy, Race Roller, and UK Beast Assassin at the top, all separated by only 15 points. It seems like it's going to be one of those three that are going to be winning this season's title, as the next guy behind UK Beast is only at 114 points. So, as we move forward, we're going to be moving into the one-shot qualifying as soon as everybody loads in. As you can see, we're waiting for players. That doesn't really help our situation currently, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Definitely.
Any predictions on tonight's race?
Difficult. I think Race Roller always pretty decent, also in the Sunday division. So I think he's going to be in great shape for the division.
Right. Just been told we're all dry. I don't know what dry means. Alright. I've been told it's all dry weather. I just got hella confused, thinking the mics were off. But we're good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I've got waiting for players currently. Is the game broken? Is the game broken? Are they racing? Well, qualifying.
It's will be interesting. Much of qualifying is always the drivers have to get the laps sorted. They only have one chance, so yeah, it will be very difficult to put the lap together.
We also know around the Hungaroring, it's very, very difficult to overtake sometimes. So maybe looking at some really interesting sort of overtakes and racing today, especially down into turn 1 after the DRS zone on the start-finish straight. It's going to be pretty interesting. Might see a lot of side-by-side action as well.
On the F2 cars, they are a bit robust, so they can definitely take more contact than Formula 1. So yeah, that will be also a factor.
Yeah. Right, so I think we shall go on board with Crispy, the championship leader, if I can actually get on his POV if the game lets me. Here, we'll do it this way, it's probably easier. Let's go on with Crispy, your championship leader. He's going to be getting a nice exit out of turn 2. Heading out of turn 3, it is a straight here. May lead to some nice fun with those with straight line speed setups. Race Roller, Darnell and Crispy all switching positions very frequently. Crispy currently down in 3rd as we enter the 2nd sector. I haven't raced this track yet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's second sector, I guess.
We'll just get the map open. That's how we do it around here. Now coming into the start of the 3rd sector, Crispy, he stays in 3rd. Heading into the final few corners. It's gonna be very, very close by the looks of it, especially down towards 4th and 5th. Darnell takes the lead. Race Roller takes that lead back. Exit and across the line. It's going to be Race Roller, Darnell, Crispy, Mason, Ketch, UK Beast Assassin, and then we'll follow down the rest of the order as soon as we see it, basically.
Yeah, well, an interesting
Some nice...
qualifying
For sure. Some nice lap times coming in from the boys there. 700ths separating the top two. That was some very, very competitive lap times from the boys there. So running down the order, Yola, would you like to take us down
For sure, yeah.
through the starting positions?
Race Roller in P1, Durno P2, Crispy P3, Mason Gammon 05 in P4, SLR Czech in P5, UK Beast Assassin P6, we have SLR Southern in P7, Monkey P8, Men's in P9, and running out the top 10 is SLR Van Doorn in P10.
And then obviously the bottom 7, we might be seeing some risky moves into turn 1, trying to get the needed positions for those most needed points that everybody aims for in racing. Div 1, 2, 3, McKeon, also in F2. The points are what counts at the end of the day. I think also throughout the race we see pit stops. I'm not really one to be involved with F2, but could see a couple pit stops, which may turn some tides throughout the race. Let's hope we don't see a Bottas into turn 1. That would be interesting. That's for sure. So all the drivers are sat on the grid. We're going to be underway with the formation lap. So as YOLO read out not long ago, we have our top 10. Then in 11th we have Owen Howell. In 12th we have SLR Bennett. We have Baggy Fan down in 13th. Caton 98 down in 14th. Predators down in 15th. OG James in 16th. And Slad down in 17th. I didn't want to butcher his name. I'll be honest with that one. So I think they're all going to be starting on the same tyre. Yeah, the mediums is going to be their favoured race tyre to start on. Penalties, there's obviously none yet. So we're going to go ahead and put this on position change. For now. We'll have a look and change it a bit later on. Now entering towards the final sector of the formation lap. Race Roller is going to be needing a very, very good start here to keep Crispy and Darnell right behind him. Also got to keep an eye on the midfield, as there could be some position changes down there as well, heading into the penultimate corner of the formation lap. And we will be getting underway. You know, I've never actually realised how much, bigger the wheels are in an F2 car than an F1 car.
Yeah, before the race starts.
Look at my tips on a race start. Don't spin it.
Alright.
Get away well. Don't spin it. Send it into turn 1, but don't crash. Crashing's not good.
Yeah, calm and steady through turn 1.
Right. Engines roaring. It's 5 lights. And they're out. We're underway. Looks to be a good start from SLR. Bennett and Van Dorn towards the back as they make up some positions. We're going to be seeing UK Beast Assassin down the inside of Mason throughout turn 1. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the position there, but Bennett 5 places off the start. We're going to ride on board with him as he gets spanned round by Southerner. Might be a bit of wing damage there for Southerner. I'm not sure how the wings look throughout the F2. But Beast Assassin making up a position. Unfortunately, Bennett losing out there due to the little spinner he had with his little friend at the back. Baggy Fan making up 2 positions back in 11th. He's going to be chasing after Van Dorn for that 10th spot. Bennett, he's going to be fighting from the back here. Already made up a position, chasing Slad very, very quickly. He's closing the gap by about a 10th a corner. Predator up into 13th. He's able to get past somebody. I think it was Carton who went off and spam, and James, he's into the wall, losing half of his wing towards the top. Not really much has changed apart from Southerner taking catch up there. Now we're going to ride on board with Bennett as he seems to have a lot of pace here. But as we do that, we miss Van Dorn up into turn 1, taking men's. We're going to see Monkey only 3 tenths behind Ketch. Seems to be catching down the straights, but not much through the corners. Seems like Ketch is going pretty fast today.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the opening lap, Yola?
Yeah, I think it was a relatively calm start from everybody. A few spins here and there, but yeah, just not that big of a crash, which I was kind of expecting, but didn't came. So well done to the drivers there. Really great job. And yeah, race rollers still out in front from the 2 Untitled Chapter. Yeah, it's they need to pile on the pressure now because yeah, they don't want to let him go and appear here into the distance. So yeah, will be interesting to see what the next laps will bring.
For sure, man, for sure. As Darnell sets the fastest lap of the race so far, although it's only been 2 laps. We got to keep notice of those types of things. Delta's not really changing much across the board. I think the closest battle we have is Ketch and Southerner here, heading down into turn 2. Is Ketch going to be able to absolutely send it up the inside of Southerner? The exit is going to be key. No, he just ends up closing the gap a bit more than it was before. About a 10th separating them into turn 4. Round the outside. Ketch ends up going wide, giving the position back up Southerner. He's going to be able to re-overtake Ketch. But now we head into the chicane. And the gap extends. There's going to be Southerner pulling away slightly. Ever so slightly there.
Yeah. Nice little battle between
Going to jump on with Van Dorn here as he's able to take Monkey. That's a huge move for Van Dorn there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Yolo, what were you saying there, mate?
Yeah, nice battle between Southerner and Tashir, both giving each other room. So, yeah, pretty important. Just unfortunate for Chester, couldn't get the position. But he needs to try again to stay close to Southerner so he can pull the move on the next couple laps.
I mean, DRS's lap, it might help him out into turn 1, especially heading towards turn 2 and 3.
We have Bennett against,
can be pretty strong.
Slad, side by side coming into
Slad is able to get Bennett? Is that what I'm saying here? I think it's
he's on the
DRS
side.
and Slipstream helping him there. Bennett is on the outside. He's going to go for the switchback maneuver with the DRS. The exit is perfect. And although Slad has DRS, he's down the inside at turn 3. No, sorry, that was turn 2. I can't count.
What a bad 14th position here.
14th. Bennett is able to snag that one. Able to slightly push Slad wide there, but he gets away with it due to the racing being so close. We're going to go back up to Ketch and see what he can pull out on Southerner here. Unless Owen is able to do stuff down towards the bottom of the field. His gap seems to be closing on Predators. Predators seem to be slow through that corner. The gap now only a 10th. Owen down the inside. Predator, he's able to get the better exit there. And maintain position. Race Roller taking the fastest lap yet again. Slightly pulling away from the front runners. Southerner's out. I'm not sure what happened there.
Who spun it out of the last turn?
He's put it in the wall. He's out of the Grand Prix.
He's AO2 stranded.
Southerner. Oh no. I think
Well,
yeah,
that's
that is
actually
a full course caution. If we got Lightning McQueen or Chick Hicks on the track today. Sure, we'll find out.
Yeah.
It is Lightning McQueen. We got Lightning McQueen as a safety car. Now we are going to be seeing a lot of gaps closing here. We may see something similar to lap 1. As obviously we won't have DRS and things like that. I guess we'll stick on with Race Roller, our race leader. Done very well to maintain position here actually.
Yeah.
Started pulling a gap towards the end of lap 4 there. But unfortunately with Southerner out there just having a little spin out of the final corner. We're going to be seeing OG James pit here. I'm not sure if this is the right play from him or if he has wing damage, something like that. It doesn't seem like it. He's just going to be pitting for the new set of mediums. Are we going to be seeing some people throughout the midfield pit?
No. Everyone goes.
Don't think we are.
Mentor's going to pit.
Oh, he sure is.
Yes, the MP Motorsport.
He's right on board for this pit stop. It's always nice to see these.
Yeah, we have Bennett also coming in. Aiden
Bennett
also.
and
Trident.
Caton.
Oh.
They're going to be dropping towards the back of the pack.
Interesting. They obviously had to try something. They were in the midfield, so if they want to achieve something bigger than this, they have to gamble a bit, and that's exactly what they are doing now.
It's exactly what we like to see as well. They're going to be able to be a lot faster on those new sets of soft compound tire. Especially towards the back as well. We're going to have OG James behind them on the fresh-ish mediums. Not sure how long it takes for these soft tires to go off in these F2 cars, but I guess we'll learn as we go.
It's worth a try.
So yeah, it stays dry all race.
As I compared the laps
Pardon?
here between the top 3 runners, Race Roller, as you said, pulled the gap a bit. They was running in the mid 29s. Darnell and Crispy also, but a bit lower. Darnell run 29.6 and Race Roller run 29.4. So yeah, 2 tenths faster. So yeah, he will be not so happy with the safety car. I think as his rhythm is a bit disturbed now, of course.
As we heard there, 2 tenths separating Race Roller, Darnell and Crispy every lap. obviously Race Roller on top there. But those 2/10 could mean a lot throughout the race. As Slad, he picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That will be served onto his next pit stop. I'm pretty sure the game doesn't run them.
We have men's pitting again.
Yeah.
Strange.
Men's pitting again. Was it contact at the back? Because Slad's got a bit of a wing change there. Would expect penalties coming through if that is the case. Especially considering league rules. If we look at them, then it's a 20-second penalty. I'm pretty sure if there's contact under safety car and a clip is put in about it. But hey, we're gonna. This might shift the turns down towards the back for James, who is ever so slowly catching up to the back of the grid here. Those 5 seconds for Slad may just help him out to gain a position towards the back end of the race. So I think that's going to be all the pitters for under the safety car. A lot of them sticking to strategy as their tyres aren't that old just yet.
No.
Not sure if my statement still stands. We will do after the final corner.
And we have Predator pitting as well.
Predator
Bennett
and
again.
Bennett and Caton all in the pits again.
Bennett and Caton.
Actually,
they
no.
pitted. What are they doing, man? What are they doing?
I'm not sure. Maybe they've got some not fun deg on their tyres.
Or they have just the master plan ready here for the race.
Well, a bit of strategy shake-ups towards the midfield. Maybe Bennett just wants to fight. Maybe that's what he's into. Or they were just, for some reason, scrubbing a set of tyres to give them more grip when that pit stop comes through. They both go on to 6-lap old mediums.
Maybe, yeah.
Very, very interesting from them.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe they are putting on the set of mediums now as they think they can take them to the end. So they pitted again. They pitted at the first pit stop for softs. They have the different tires compounds. They have 2 different tire compounds on their car, and then stick on the mediums again to go to the end there. To have no trouble to reach the race end there. Maybe that could be an option, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long these medium tires can last.
No idea, mate. It's gonna be
Safety car on this lap.
it might be a interesting one here. Race Roller in the lead. He's going to be controlling the pace of the field throughout Sector 3 and giving us the restart probably just over the line, as he won't want to gift Darnell and Crispy that good old slipstream. Heading into the final corner, we're going to be seeing probably a bit of shake-ups towards the back of the grid, as Slad and Predator both on new softs. We will jump on them after the restart, and fairly good across the board for all drivers. We're going to be jumping on with Slad here, as he is right on the rear end of Menz. Probably going to try the move into turn 1. Menz goes defensive. The switch back from Slad maybe? Nah, not quite good enough. Van Dorney's able to take a win in the after the restart there. Now chasing after Baggy. I think Slad is still on the back of Menz. It's the closest battle we have on the grid currently. Those soft tyres will be working him wonders throughout the next few laps, as the pace will be much stronger. Unfortunately, James wasn't able to catch up to the field with that safety car restart there. Unfortunate for him, 10 seconds back from Caton, as we see him on the mini map there. it is a pretty substantial gap. And it's Van Dorn that's gone round. It's... Whoa. Is that a spinner on the curb I just witnessed from Slad's POV? Oh, and it's a bit of battle between the two soft runners of Predator and Slad. Predator comes out on top of that one heading into the final corner. It's going to be about 7/10 between him and his teammate Menz. He's going to pull the gap to Predator there. Is there any other action we're seeing on the track over there, YOLO, or is it just a battle at the back?
Yeah, it seems so. The back is quite interesting to watch, as we saw also before the safety car. The back is bringing some interesting battles.
Especially between these two soft runners here.
Yeah,
we're going to be seeing Slad catching Predator yet again. Are we going to see them maybe swap positions for the second time in 2 laps? Who knows? Predator may be communicating with his teammate over there to give him priority as he's on the softer compounder tyre. Slad not looking too comfortable through the beginning stages of Sector 2, losing about 5 to 6 tenths to Predator there. And of course, if you guys over in the chat are familiar with timings in F1, 1,000th of a second is a lot of time to lose. Yes, 1,000th. Race Roller takes the fastest lap yet again. Seems to be in dominant form today.
You're at again after the safety car.
Back up to 8/10 of a gap at the top. Predator. Not sure if he's going to be looking for the move this lap, as he is in a train of 4 to 5, maybe even 7 cars with Katon just joining the back of this train. Baggy Fan leading it, followed by Owen, Menz, Predators, Slad, Bennett and Katon. Obviously we saw Van Dorn have a bit of a spin towards Sector 3 just a couple laps ago. That puts him behind all of these cars. He is ever so slightly catching them though. Every lap counts. Seems to be the most interesting of battles here for P8. Yeah, P8. Preds' masterclass. He's gonna win up the Preds. Up the Preds. Sem's wanting Predator to come out on top at this race. Be interesting to see as he is currently sat in P11.
S2K Beast doesn't pits as well.
We're going to be seeing Monkey in the pits as well. Are they going to be heading on to the new... Oh, Owen's in the pits as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pitters here.
It's
going to be promoting Predators up into P7, and now this battle for P8 has suddenly turned into the battle for P5.
Katon here
as we see some of the front runners.
Ooh. Bit of a contact there between those two, but Bennett remains that ninth place in front of Katon is also pretty important there. It is at around P8. It's going to be interesting who takes the reverse grid pole for the sprint race. So yeah, they need to all push hard and try to get the reverse grid pole.
Get that nice pole position, although it's not a actual pole position from qualifying. It's still one of those that can promote you some points within the sprint race. As right now we are in the feature race. I think this one gives the most amount of points, and the sprint race only gives points to those in the top 3. If I remember F2 rules, well, sprint race rules correctly, it's only the top 3 racers that will get points
we have
in the sprint race.
Now. Race Roller, Crispy, Mason Gurman and Cash also
and
pitting.
Ketch. I
Yes.
think we've got Baggy in as well. Not sure who's going to be following him in, if anybody will be. Which means the all of a sudden battle for P5 is now the battle for the lead of this Grand Prix.
Go on board with Jarno here.
gonna
Maybe
be
he jump
men's.
race roller. Will we see? He comes out ahead.
Race roller.
Yes, Jarno takes the lead of the Grand Prix.
The undercut works for Darnell. He is now. I don't know what the word is, but you know, looking to be in first for this race, as the guys ahead of him still need to pit unless Predators and Slad are looking to take those tyres to the end, which may result in puncture territory for them, which would be an interesting one. Ketch gets a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, which obviously you don't want to be doing too much. Those 3 seconds can mean a lot. Van Dorn only 2/10 behind Bennett here. We're going to see him catch up and maybe make a move down into turn 1 with Slipstream and DRS. Obviously, Bennett will be getting the DRS as well, as he is within a second of the car ahead.
Van Dorn really looking quicker here than Bennett here. But he comes into the pits.
Van Dorn, he's into the pits.
So try and undercut Bennett maybe.
Maybe we might see it pay out like it did for Darnell.
James.
Him and
it
OG
with,
James are side by side throughout the final corner. James, he gets did James get the DRS? And he's just not using it or something?
We're side by side.
I swear.
Race for the lead for the race.
Darnell sticks with it, but Race Roller, he has the DRS, and down into turn 2, he's going to be ahead with the inside line.
No, Race Roller comes out ahead.
Race Roller takes the so-called lead back of the Grand Prix. Seems like Slad is struggling a bit here, maybe with some wing damage, as Caton and Bennett both go ahead of him there. Not sure if that's his tyres or his wing, as we just saw there. He's lost his entire wing. That may have been contact between him and Predators there, as they were kind of scrapping for that.
Caton really on the back here of Bennett here, try to make a move maybe, or go into the pits and try to undercut Bennett. Also, as we saw in the previous lap.
From James, I think it was, as UK Beast Assassin makes the move onto James there.
Both go.
His soft compounded tyre.
Caton try to go with the DRS here on the straight. Gets to the outside.
Caton into turn 1, round the outside. Maybe the exit can do him wonders, as we just did see. I think it was Ketch there taking a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
And Race Roller picks up the fastest lap of the race.
Again.
But they're still behind him, so everything is still possible in that fight here. Crispy also, so the William Virtuoso is really putting on the pressure here on Race Roller.
It's looking like a close one between the top bunch here. You've got the fake Red Bull and the fake Renaults fighting for this. I say fake because they're not the real thing. You know how it is.
As I said in the safety car, period, he pitted 2 times on the mediums. So he could be also a real shout for the race victory, because, as I said, he pitted to the soft at the first stop and then went to the mediums back again. He thinks that he can make this mediums last till the end, but he obviously needed to make the soft stop to the different compounded tire. He made that under the safety car and pitted again for the mediums. The tire he believes he can finish the race on. So yeah, he is now into the net lead of the race.
And Predators just behind him. We saw an early pit stop onto the soft compounded tyre. which we were kind of surprised about to begin with, but right now, working wonders for Predators up in second. You got Bennett on 13-lap-old tyres under pressure from Carton, also on 13-lap-old medium tyres. They have pitted themselves as well, as we've seen 15 laps of this race on lap 16 currently. And Czech moves up into P10 over OG James. Right behind him, might be trying to fight back for that position. Currently catch with a 3-second penalty there, which may cost him pole position for the sprint race. Obviously it's reverse grid within the sprint race in F2. In F1 it basically determines your qualifying position for the race.
Racebroller has to make moves quickly here if he wants to get the race victory here. He has 4 cars between himself and the race victory. He has to pass them. They are legitimately in front of him, so yeah, he needs to make
He
them
is
quickly.
fighting for position.
Yes.
Bear that in mind.
3 laps to go.
Men's gonna get disqualified, apparently. But he has pitted already. Here, I will show you the stops. He has made 2 stops. He's okay.
Yeah, he's
Definitely not
okay to the end.
gonna get... He's definitely not gonna get disqualified over there, Zydred. Unfortunately, for you over in the chat. Would have been entertaining, in a sense. Also, kind of gutting. Predators, I think, is absolutely flying, though. He's made up 13 positions in the feature race.
Yeah, at the moment, the gamble for Carlos really did pay off here in the safety car period. That's what we want to see here.
A lot of the front runners currently, actually, he's going to be looking at some pretty nice position changes. We're going to be seeing Race Roller on the back of Bennett down into the start-finish straight, as Darnell and Crispy both take Cat on there, who's looking to be pretty slow, doesn't seem to have any wing damage. Maybe it's just his tyres going off. There's going to be Race Roller on Bennett down the straight. Bennett with no ERS, not ERS? Why am I thinking F1 here? DRS. Oh, I've just been informed by Zydrad over there that Menz might actually get the disqualification as he pitted before lap 3. And in F2, you have to pit after lap 3 as Bennett loses out to Darnell there as well. Race Roller going to be closing in on Predators.
Menz here on the screen has lap 7 on his side, so I think he pitted lap 6 maybe. So I think you should be okay with that one. We have Southern and DNF in lap 4. After that, the safety car. So yeah, I think he will be okay. And we have yellow flags in sector 1.
Yellow flags in sector 1, and it's going to be Slad that's DNF'd from this race.
Race Roller
Seems
sector
to
3,
be
going for it. On Predator, he needs to get this move. That would be a strategic masterclass from Mansur if he would make the Race Roller. Only has 1 lap to go here to try to make the move.
I think Race Roller's got away with that as he has a bit of a rear step through the final corner, and it's gonna be Darnell on Predators at the inside of turn 1.
Ooh.
The braking is just better. Oh lord!
Take it easy, guys.
Battles all behind him. Crispy follows his teammate through.
Carton also on Bennett.
Caton ran the outside of turn 2. The exit, oh, the rear end step out. So nearly contact and a spin between Bennett and Caton there.
Race Roller's catching up massively onto
9.
here.
He's pulled a second in 4 corners.
Men's medium tires might be crying. It's gonna be so tight.
The gap going down around 0.2 a corner is maybe a last. Men's is on mediums, yes. 17 lap old mediums.
I think he might be done it here as he comes into the last sector.
Might see a bit of a last corner scrap between Race Roller and Men's here.
Maybe the exit out of the last corner could be the one that decides.
Could be crucial here.
Yellow flags.
As we see Katon going down the order. Seems to have span in the penultimate corner.
What do we have
We're going to see Men's cross the line to win the feature race of the Formula 2 race. Interesting. Wasn't expecting to see that. His tyres must have been hanging on for dear life towards the end there, as we saw Race Roller catch up by about 2.7 seconds on the final lap. So, the order changes up a little bit. Two drivers crashing out in the feature race there. Both of them will be starting from the back. Predator's a well-deserved driver of the day there in the feature race. I think he made up 13 positions at one point. Unfortunately, lost out to Race Roller, Darnell, and Crispy, who are actually your 3 championship leaders. Bear that in mind. Points going their way here in the feature race. Nice podium celebrations. Men's is going to be delighted with that win, as his strategy ended up paying off in the end. I think it was a bit of squeaky bum time on that last lap, though.
Unbelievable. Strategic masterclass, I would say.
Wow. Yes, I agree. For sure. Might turn out to be pretty interesting in the sprint race here. Race Roller, he's going to be having to make up quite a few positions, as he's going to be starting back in P9 for the sprint race. And Czech, he actually managed to secure P10, even with his 3-second penalty there. Pretty interesting. Across the board, all across the race. 2 points for the fastest lap and 4 points for qualifying for Race Roller over there, meaning he scores 24 points over the course of this Grand Prix. I want to call it a weekend, but it's only a day. So, can't really be calling it that, can we? Now, do we have a 5-minute break in between the feature race and the sprint race? I'm not sure on that one. I'm not really one to keep up with Formula 2.
Yeah, it was a pretty eventful race. Safety car had everything in it. Strategic masterclass. We saw Race Roller.
A lot of side-by-side action as well, which was nice to see, especially in these F2 cars.
Yeah, F2 always brings up a bit of fun. So I think the sprint race will also bring that fun.
Maybe so. We're going to be seeing drivers start on the medium compounded tyre here, and within the sprint race, I don't think a pit stop is mandatory. So these medium tyres will most likely go to the end. As we saw Men's take his 17 laps. The sprint race is only
14 laps.
14. So these tyres will comfortably make that.
Yeah, we see a late safety car. Maybe some will go to the softs, but yeah, we have to see.
And it seems like we don't have a break as we head into the formation lap. The reverse grid has been set.
We have Cameron taking pole here.
Gammon taking pole, followed by Beast Assassin, followed by Bennett, then Predator, then Crispy, Darnell, Race Roller. Those are the three we want to be looking out for here. Then we have Men's, Caton, Ketch, Monkey, James, Van Dorn, Owen Howell, Baggy Fan, Slad, and Southerner rounding off the grid. We didn't really see many risky moves into turn 1 last time round at lap 1. Maybe we'll see it here, maybe we won't. Would definitely be interesting there. All of the drivers happy with the medium tyres, as I would be myself. The softs didn't look too strong towards the end of the race, especially those that pitted early, like Predators and somebody else who lost out to Crispy, Darnell, and Race Roller. I think it was Caton just behind me. No, it would have been Bennett just ahead of Predator. Now heading into the final couple corners of the formation lap for the second time tonight. Wasn't expecting to be commentating over 2 races tonight. Mouth is gonna be the driest thing on the planet. You thought things in Brazil were dry without the nice old storms they have over there. My mouth is on another level. Now the drivers forming up on the grid. Southerner towards the back. I want a front row. I want a front view here. I think we have to ride on board with somebody to get that. I'm not getting it, which makes me very sad. Here we are. And it's lights out and away we go for the sprint race within SLR within the I'm losing my words here, within the SLR F2 Season 7 race at the Hungary Ring. Darnell, he's up into second. Closely followed by Mason, who has moved down to P3.
Race Roller
Beast Assassin.
tumbling down the order. P12 only.
P12. Damn.
Goes wide.
Southerner, he's able to pick up 2 positions towards the back.
Darnell, cracking start by him.
We're gonna jump on board with Race Roller here as he's wheel to wheel with OG James, and on the exit.
Yellow flag, Slad.
They're still side by side. It's Slad. I think he's out of this sprint race now. Oh, and Baggy's off as well onto the grass. Monkey side by side with Southerner. Owen side by side with James. Race Roller, he's managed to capitalise and get ahead of those battles.
James has a problem or something?
Yellow sector.
Yeah.
Mate, his brake pedal seemed to stop working there. And hey, Mason, although we started on pole, he's still in P3. Very, very close behind Darnell here. As UK Beast Assassin takes the fastest lap so far. After the first lap, obviously, he's leading. So you kind of expect it. But Men's making up 2 positions. Saw a very, very strong race due to his strategy within the feature race. Van Dorn closing in on Predators. Slad has retired from the session.
We have Van Dorn up the inside.
Very, very close to contact there between those 2 drivers. As they and a bit of a rear end step out from Predators. Race Roller, he's able to capitalise from that. We're going to be needing to see some brilliant moves from him. Especially towards the back end of this race. As he will be hoping for that top 3 finish for more points on top of the 24 he's already snagged over the race tonight. Mason up in P3. Still very close to Darnell. keeping the pressure on, as our boy YOLO just said. But Race Roller only a tenth between him and Ketch. He went for the move but had to back out. Loses a tenth to him there, but he's still closing the gap. Especially on the exits of the corners, seems to be where his setup is thriving. Or at least his driving style is thriving tonight. As he goes wide at the final turn, seems to be due to dirty air.
Crispy up the inside, Mason Gammon
would lift this lap. Crispy! Mason goes wide, which means Crispy is able to get that move done. We're going to see Mason down into turn 3 up the inside. No, we're not. Crispy moves up into P3. This throws a huge spanner in the works for Race Roller, just behind the battle of Ketch and Van Dorn here. I think Van Dorn just manages to close down the battle a bit, but Race Roller
really tumbling down the order.
Driving.
He's in the grass and now only
He's yeah, spun off there for Predators. Unfortunate, as he also ran a pretty strong race. He's making quite a few mistakes here, a few step outs of the rear end. We're gonna jump back on with Race Roller on Van Dorn. UK Beast Assassin running very dominantly so far. He's already pulled a second to Darnell, which is the closest car behind him. Maybe we're within a look of winning this sprint race if all goes his way. Van Dorn only 2/10.
Yeah, wants to make a move now on the straight.
Only 500 separating them into turn 1.
Side by side.
Van Dorn has the inside line. They are side by side. Men's maybe looking for the switchback maneuver.
Race Roller trying to cut through as well.
No, Race Roller takes him as well. And into turn 3, they're going to be side by side. I think Race Roller has the better traction there. He moves up into P7.
There's a bit of a slide there in the corner.
And it's going to be, as I've just been told in Discord DMs, check, not catch. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, picks up a 3-second time penalty, which isn't the best in a sprint race, as it's close racing all the way throughout the grid. Van Dorn and Race Roller both catching up to Bennett very quickly, though.
Yeah, Bennett, that doesn't seem like the pace.
As we see. Race Roller seems to be the closest to a car in this battle. He backs off into the third final turn.
Again, huge
Now,
pace here.
very
Men's
close to
bonnet.
the rear end.
He's into the roll.
Men's, he's got wing damage. He's gonna have to pit here. That's Men's out
From hero to zero.
of this race. Damn. Unlucky for him.
Trying to go for a move. Not yet.
I don't think.
Not yet.
Maybe into turn 2, down at the bottom of the hill.
Yes.
Or maybe on the exit of turn 1. Maybe down the inside here. No,
he's not resting yet.
Plays it safe.
Sullivan also pulling up a great drive here from the back of the grid, already up into the top 10 here, trying to hunt down Caton for P9.
On board with Southerner here throughout this hairpin-like corner. Make sure to avoid that curb. That curb sends you spinning. As I think we saw from Slad earlier in the race.
In the lead, we also have Darnell and the two early virtuosi, Darnell and Crispy, closing up to UK Beast Assassin here, who pace dropped a bit, it seems so.
May have made a mistake throughout one of his laps that we didn't quite see, as the battles in the midfield here for P5 is very close, as Czech and Caton will be catching up to this train of cars. If Van Dorn and Race Roller want a chance of points in the sprint race, they've got to get past Bennett. Bennett is unfortunately what's slowing them down. Van Dorn up the inside into turn 1. The move is going to stick? Maybe? Now round the outside into turn 2. The better traction on the exit is the outside line. Now up the inside of turn 3. Very nearly contact. It's bringing Race Roller right into this battle. Also, check who's up the inside of Race Roller. Side by side.
Right defending
all
the
for
Bennett.
P5 here. Bennett, he manages to keep P5.
Ooh, Van Dorn!
Oh, Van Dorn loses it!
Oh.
Oh, that promotes Race Roller up into P6 here. The gap's still only 2/10 at the front. We're going to hop on board with that real quick as Darnell will be having the DRS. Unless Czech wants to make it interesting in P7. That would be hilarious. Now heading into the final turn for Darnell.
It seems not close enough.
No, not at all. So we're going to go back with Race Roller, who's on Bennett, closing with the DRS. He's going to opt, well, not really opt for the outside as Bennett took the inside, but, you know, Czech was looking up the inside there. May have been quite promising for him. Up the inside into turn 2 for Race Roller. The chassis nearly bumping a bit there as we see a bit of degradation on the front right of Race Roller's tyre there, if you saw the lump.
He's really,
Bennett, a hell of a
he's
defender.
really on it.
Does it? Yeah. Very, very nice from him. Obviously, we saw Van Dorn spin. Well, not really spin behind Bennett here at the chicane last lap. I think it was last lap anyway. It might have been a couple laps ago. As now we've approached the 50% completion mark of this sprint race. Interesting. For sure, very, very close racing towards the midfield here. 6 seconds separating Mason and Bennett here. It's very, very, very interesting. And again, I don't think Darnell is going to be able to make the move on Beast Assassin under DRS. But Monkey, I think he's had a bit of a spinner, and he's out. We've got a safety car.
Oh my god.
This is going to close up the field massively.
Monkey again,
Wow.
the same move as Silver, spun it out of the last turn. And yet again, bring out the safety car.
Throws a bit of a spanner in the works within this race. Makes it a bit more interesting for those of you in chat who are watching to see who's able to take some points here. As UK Beast Assassin, he's picked up a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. That may cost him the win. May just cost him the win here. As we see men's pit on to the new softs. We did see during the feature race those tyres did last about 9 laps before significantly going off. The only problem with this is he's got to be able to catch up to the rear of the field. And as we saw from James in the feature race, that was extremely difficult to do. So a bit of rundown of the field here. YOLO, would you like to take us through our current top 10?
Of course, UK Beast Assassin leads this race here, but has a 3-second time penalty. So we have in the net race lead, we have SLR Darnell leading the way from his teammate Crispy as Jack Pitts, Katzon Pitts, and Owen Howell Pitts. We have Mason Gamma in fourth place, but in that race he is P3, of course, 3-second time penalty of UK Beast Assassin. Bennett holding a brilliant fifth place for me. Yeah, maybe driver of the day, driver of the sprint race at least. Uh, Defending just great. Holding off, for example, Race Roller, he's much quicker than him, as we saw his pace throughout the weekend, throughout the sprint one-shot qualifying and feature race.
The feature race.
Yes, Van Doorn had a bit of a spin, but P7 Sylvaner recovered great from the back of the grid. Has now 1 point in P8. Reggie Fan in P9. Check in P10. Owen Howell. P11. Predator P13. Caton 13th. OG James P14. And unfortunate
A
feature
winner
race
of the feature race.
winner. We have back down last race, but maybe with the new soft tires on can storm through the field and pull another strategic masterclass.
Will be interesting to see, that is for sure. 3-second time penalties across the board here. Obviously, with UK Beast Assassin, SLR Check and OG James 96. Those may play a big part within who finishes where in this race as we move on to lap 10. Maybe seeing the safety car come in this lap.
Ooh, we have Check spinning on the safety car.
Moves down only to P11, it looks like. I don't know if he lost out to Predator there or if he has to give up the position due to a little spin.
Yeah, he lost out to Owen Howell. But yeah, it was quite strange. He was coming out of the long left-hander in the last sector, and just spun it under the safety car.
Well, bit of an interesting one, that one. Wouldn't expect to be seeing that, especially under a safety car. Maybe tyre degradation is a bit worse than we thought it would be towards the start of the race. Obviously, we're still expecting these mediums to make the end of the race. Saw 17 laps on those tyres from men's within the feature race. Obviously pitting twice, so he overcomes that rule of having to pit and use 2 different compounds of tyre. Safety car will not be in this lap by the looks of it. I think we're going to be waiting for a couple more cars to join the back of the pack. Hopefully it doesn't end under safety car. That would be a bit of a disaster.
Yeah, for UK Beast Assassin at least. He has a 3-second penalty, so obviously he needs to pull that gap to back where it was before the safety car.
Exactly. He wants that gap of 3 seconds at least to 4th. Because, you know, he's been running pretty dominantly so far throughout the race. Obviously, that 1.1 second gap we saw earlier on, brought down by both Darnell and Crispy. Maybe a mistake from UK Beast Assassin's part. Not sure. As I'm pretty sure you lot have seen that the midfield has been very, very interesting throughout the sprint race and the feature race here in F2.
Yeah, some pretty interesting stories from a couple of drivers as well. We have Bennett defending brilliantly, Sylvaner coming back for the back of the field, Men's or leader here down in last place from the feature race, a winner. So yeah, quite interesting stories also to tell about the drivers.
I'm hoping to see the safety car in this lap. I want to see some more battles, especially for this race lead, as we will only get DRS on the final lap as it stands.
It will be interesting to see how much advantage the soft runners are having now as we see a safety car in this lap.
And men's actually does just about managed to catch up to the back of the field. We could be seeing an interesting drive from him.
Yeah, everyone spins out and then he wins again.
Hey, I wouldn't complain. Be an interesting one to see. That is for sure. Seems like a really early restart from UK Beast Assassin there. Manages to pull about 0.6 to the car behind, which is Darnell. Might be seeing Mason.
Really close in the back, pulling out of slipstream.
Owen Howell as well. Owen Howell onto Baggy Fan. Manages to get the move done into turn 1. Baggy Fan just about keeping it ahead of Czech. Race Roller didn't manage to keep the move onto Bennett there, as we heard from YOLO over in the co-com seat. But he's looking to show some mad pace here. Mason, he's able to get ahead of Crispy. The fight for P3 squeezing. Mason squeezing Crispy there. I think giving up the position into the chicane. And Baggy Fan picks up a 3-second time penalty for those very, very, very upsetting track limits. Southerner, he overtakes his teammate of Van Dorn. Van Dorn
trying to fight back here.
Car. Up the inside. So nearly contact there as Menz.
Check also off the inside of Owen Howell.
Position. I think he's managed to get that move done, which he has.
Yeah.
Obviously, Owen on the soft compounder tyre here. Could be seeing something interesting there. I think
yet again, it's round 3 this time.
Round 3, they're side by side through turn 1.
Oh, but
Bennett, he has a step of the rear end. That's going to invite Race Roller through into turn 2.
I think that's it.
And I think that's it. That is the move secured for Race Roller. Bennett seems to be struggling now.
Yeah. He seemed to have it covered, but the rear end snapped out and Race Roller through.
Snapped out on the exit.
Behind them, also a bit of a scrap there. Czech really tried to make the soft tires last here.
I think he was looking for a move into the chicane there, but wasn't quite close enough. The traction on those soft compounder tyre will be much, much better than those on the mediums. As if we look at the tyres, the tyre age is starting to look old. You think your grandma's old? Mate, look at those tyres. They're gonna be dead. They deserve to be in a graveyard by now. But hey, now. I think the closest battle we have is Menz down in P14 on Baggy Fan. Baggy Fan has seemed to lose out a lot.
Like also on the back here of Van Dorn. And Owen Howell also.
Both.
Getting hunted down by Katon. And they're side by side.
Katon within 600th. He's looking for the inside at turn 1. Side by side on the exit. Katon, he's able to get the move done. And Menz, he's able to take Baggy down into P13. Unfortunately, the gap is around 2.9 seconds to him and his teammate Predator. Van Dorn picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Ooh, unfortunately, that will drop him out of the points, I think.
Out of the top 10 for sure. Baggy Fan, he takes over James. I think James has had a bit of a...
Yeah, he was off it.
Bit of a mare.
Fast left-hander.
At turn 4 there.
As we on the
UK Beast
final
Assassin. He's still in the lead, but remember that 3-second time penalty will send him back to around P4 currently. He's picked up 6 seconds.
Oh no!
It's another 3. No! That sends him back, I think, just in front of Bennett.
Maybe if Bennett can hold on to it, it will be top 5 for him. He will gain that place back. He lost on Race Roller. We have Darno winning.
And we cross the line. Race Roller takes the fastest lap and moves up into P4. UK Beast Assassin loses out to both
only
Bennett and
P7.
Southerner after running a very, very dominant sprint race there. The 6 seconds not really going his way.
Yeah.
Well,
Southerner
interesting
drives
there. I think we do interviews.
Yeah, I think.
Do we do interviews here with the top 3 of the sprint? Or is it the top 3 of the feature? I really don't know.
That was a
If
good
somebody
question.
in chat can tell me that, that'd be very helpful. Or somebody Discord DM me, whatever, because we need to get those party invites out.
Yeah, but
Questions need to be asked. The one person I do want to speak to, would be UK Beast Assassin, but obviously we won't put him through the torture of that. I
control
want
the
to
whole
know.
race.
I want to know his feelings. Must be very, very, very annoyed there.
Both races, if you finish P7, so yeah, pretty consistent.
Yeah. Race Roller over the course of the weekend though scores the most amount of points, that being 34, which, looking at the standings here, scored 10 points more than Crispy, so he will be into the lead of the championship by 5 points. Which is a fairly comfortable position to be in currently. Don't mind my aggressive typing. I'm asking what we do about the interviews here. As I'm not 100% sure on what we do. We're both new around here, so. Top 3 from the entire weekend. Check the standings. So I will go back in the VOD for that one, I think, because we're already off. Over in the showroom, F2. Top 3 of the weekend. Right.
Roller, Durno, and Mens. Okay.
Yes. If we can get those invites in, that'd be very, very nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Bye, shipwreck.
Bye. I'm not sure what car Race Roller was in, but I know he was in one of the budget Red Bulls, aka the Carlins. I think it was this one. I wanna say it's this one anyway. Right. Let me get the Chatteroonskis back up. Hey, we can go faster, look. This is pretty neat. I'm having some nice fun here.
Oh, inviting everyone.
Race Roller and Darnella, and I think we're
Should
just
receive,
waiting on men's now.
Invite us. Race
Can you
Roller.
boys make sure? Can you guys make sure boxes are ticked? All those shenanigans.
Yeah, all good.
Men's, can you make sure your box is ticked, buddy? And we will get underway with these interviews.
Yep, done that.
Right, YOLO, if you want to take P3, which was men's over the course of the weekend.
Yeah, Mens, first of all, congratulations to the feature race win. That was quite a strategic masterclass, as I called it. But yeah, in the sprint race, it didn't go on quite your way. Give us your thoughts about the two races.
Yeah, it was
all along I planned that if there was an early safety car, that I would just double pit because as I saw in the other races like Darnell in Baku and um, in Austria as well, those that stay out, they just get messed up if they stay out after a safety car. So I thought I'd just go straight to the end on mediums, and paid off. Although Roller was just getting slightly worried at the end because Roller was catching me like 3 seconds a lap.
I think it was 2.7 seconds on the final lap, which was a very interesting watch. We thought he may have got you on the exit, which would have been heartbreaking for you.
Yeah.
As,
Luckily there
that
was just
strategy paid
enough
dividends.
Yeah, just enough cars in the way of him to slow him down.
Yeah. It was interesting to see. So, can you give us a rundown of your sprint race? Obviously, that didn't quite go your way, as towards the end we saw you pit onto the softs, especially under the safety car. Finished P13, I think, within the sprint race. Can you give us a rundown of what happened?
Yeah, I was running in P6, dropped down to P8 when Roller got past, but then either I was hit from behind and spun, or the rear wheel was locked. I'm not sure which. But
Well,
that dropped me down, so I got ring damaged and I pitted and then had to pit again.
it's unfortunate, man. Well, hey, you still came out third
Yeah.
over the course of the weekend, which is some nice points for the standings. Now, talking about the standings, you've got your boy over in P2, SLR Darnell.
Hello.
How did you find the weekend, mate?
I was actually quite happy with it, to be honest. The feature was very fun and surprising. Congrats to Men's. I was not expecting that. Obviously, once I undercut Roller, I thought I kind of had net lead, and then my brother had retired, which brought out the safety car before, and he said, I'm racing Men's. I was like, what? Just didn't add up. And then he broke further, and he said, I had another 2-3 cars to pass. I was like, oh, what is this? So, yeah,
Wow.
that was fun. I'm happy to take P3 for the feature, and the sprint. I don't know. I just kind of, it seemed like everyone broke a little bit early into turn one, and I just was creeping up the inside and had a P2 from turn one, and then obviously Beast ahead got a penalty halfway through the race, so I just sat behind him, just took the win there. So yeah, happy overall.
Good. Very nice weekend from you. Congratulations to our second and third place runners here. Now, we've got the main man, the guy who finished first, Race Roller. Very, very dominant weekend from you there, buddy. Can you give us a rundown?
I mean, yeah. Qualifying was a huge surprise. I went nearly half a second quicker than I did at any point while practicing, so that was a bit of a shock. Then I was like, I knew I had a very good chance of winning the feature because it's obviously so difficult to overtake around Hungary. And then I actually saw Menz and a few others doing the double pit under the safety car, but I was like, okay, we're going to be on the quicker tyres, and no offence to them, we're probably quicker drivers anyway, so I thought we'd be able to catch them all up. And we did I caught Menz on the final corner. It just wasn't quite there. If I'd had maybe 3 more corners, I'd have passed him. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the feature. And then the sprint, I got slightly done over at the start. I got hit about 3 times at turn 1, dropped 13th, and then was able to just climb back up. It was very fun fighting through. I think we're 4 wide into turn 4 at one point, which was pretty scary. But then, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think I'm back in the lead of the championship now, so just hopefully I can keep it going from here.
You sure are. 34 points over the course of this weekend puts you into first in the driver's standings by, I think, 5 points, as you outscored your championship rival of Crispy by 10 points today, which is good going. You keep that up, you'll be within the chance of winning the championship. Well, you're in for that anyway. But that is gonna do it for us today. Racers, chatters, commentators, we're all off. Unfortunately, we want more racing. That's what we all want. It's what we all love to see. Congrats on our top 3 today, which was Race Roller, Darnell, and Men's. Very, very strong weekend from them. We will be live again tomorrow. I think it's Division 1. And then Saturday we have Division 2 and 3, 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Let me check on the times for Div 1 tomorrow. I'm not sure when they go live. If anybody.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock for Div 1 tomorrow, and then we've got the McKeon division over on Sunday, which I think is also 8. Maybe 6.
I think that one's to be announced because of the F1 race in real life, so I think they're still deciding.
Yeah. So, chatters, thank you for watching. Racers, thank you for racing. Hope to see you all tomorrow for Div 1. 8 p.m. Be there or be square. Hope to see you there.